Welcome to today's video, Proverbs 18 verse 10 explained. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runneth into it, and is safe. To understand this verse deeply, it's important to know that Proverbs is a book of wisdom written primarily by King Solomon. It contains a collection of short, insightful sayings that provide guidance for practical living and spiritual wisdom. Chapter 18, where this verse is found, centers on the power of words, relationships, and wise counsel. This verse emphasizes the protective nature of God's presence and His name for those who trust in Him. In the Old Testament, names carry great significance. They weren't just labels but represented the very essence of a person's character, authority, and reputation. The name of the Lord here represents everything about who God is, His power, His holiness, His sovereignty, and His mercy. When the verse mentions running to this strong tower, it's symbolic of taking refuge in God's protection and strength during times of trouble. In ancient times, a tower was a place of safety. These structures were often built as a refuge for people during battles or attacks. A tower was high and secure, providing a vantage point and shielding those inside from danger. Solomon uses this imagery to describe God. The name of the Lord is like a tower, strong, impenetrable, and unshakable. When we talk about the righteous running to it, it's not about physical running. It's about the posture of our hearts. The righteous are those who live by faith and trust in God. Running to His name means relying fully on Him, seeking His protection, and acknowledging that only He can provide the safety and peace we need. The last part of the verse, "and is safe," reassures us that when we trust in God and seek Him, we are secure. The world may be full of challenges, fears, and threats, but God's presence is a place where we can find rest and refuge. This verse also highlights the contrast between the righteous and the unrighteous. The righteous understand their need for God and turn to Him, while the unrighteous rely on their own strength, which will ultimately fail. The verse calls us to recognize that only in God's name and presence can we find true safety, not in our own abilities, wealth, or resources. There is a profound truth in this verse regarding the power of God's name. Throughout the Bible, God reveals Himself through many names: Jehovah Jireh, the Lord our provider; Jehovah Shalom, the Lord our peace; Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals. Each name reveals a different aspect of His nature, and each one is a tower of safety for us. This verse isn't just about physical safety, it's about spiritual and emotional safety as well. In a world filled with uncertainty, anxiety, and turmoil, the name of the Lord provides a constant place of refuge. His name assures us that He is faithful, dependable, and will never fail. When we run to Him, we experience peace that surpasses understanding, joy in times of trial, and strength when we feel weak. Another key insight here is that God invites us to run to Him. The idea of running implies urgency and a deep understanding of our need for protection. The righteous know that in times of distress or temptation, the quickest and wisest action is to seek refuge in the Lord. It's an invitation to trust completely in God's unfailing love and His omnipotence. This verse reminds us of where we should turn in moments of difficulty. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded by stress, uncertainty, and pressures from various sources. When we face challenges, whether it's health issues, financial struggles, relationship problems, or spiritual battles, we can remember that God's name is our strong tower. Instead of relying on our own strength or seeking solutions from the world, we should make it a habit to first turn to God in prayer, declaring His promises over our lives. His name is our refuge, and through prayer, reading Scripture, and speaking His promises, we can experience His peace and protection. Practically, running to the Lord can look like making prayer a daily priority, confessing our dependence on God regularly, and studying His character through the Bible. It also means acknowledging that we need Him in both big and small situations. We can cultivate this dependence on God by surrendering our worries to Him each day and trusting that He is in control. This verse also encourages us to build a strong relationship with God, so when troubles arise, we know exactly where to turn. Just like people would know where to find the safety of a tower in ancient times, we should know that our safe place is always in God. Thank you for joining today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment below if this verse has blessed you. May the name of the Lord be your strong tower, and may you find peace and safety in Him. Be blessed.